I had to face a really uncomfortable truth about myself recently. I spent years letting people cross my boundaries and ruin my peace, not because I didn't see the red flags, but because I kept choosing to call my insight paranoia. When you are a young person with a naturally perceptive heart, you can walk into a room or meet someone new, and your body will instantly register that something is completely off. Your stomach drops, you feel a sudden wave of heaviness, and your internal radar is screaming at you to keep your distance. But because the culture tells us that everything is a mental flaw, we turn the blame completely inward. We tell ourselves, I'm just being cynical, I'm being judgmental, or my social anxiety is acting up again. And that is exactly what we are confronting today, the exhausting habit of gaslighting your own instincts just to make other people feel comfortable. By the time you finish this video, you will see why that uneasy gut feeling isn't an insecurity you need to heal from, how to stop letting people call you oversensitive when you're just seeing the truth, and how to finally trust your own eyes without feeling a single ounce of guilt. If you're ready to stop second-guessing yourself, let's talk. The silent alarm. It is a completely crazy feeling to sit in a room where everyone else is laughing, clapping, and falling in love with a new person, while you are sitting there secretly feeling like you are suffocating. You look at their clean haircut, their polite smile, and their perfect scripts, but something in your chest is physically rejecting their presence. The mistake we make as young adults is thinking that if we can't prove what's wrong with a spreadsheet of logical facts, then our feelings aren't valid. But logic is completely useless when your spirit is picking up on something your eyes can't see yet. Think about it like an old smoke detector in a house. When a smoke detector starts going off, you don't stand under it and argue with it, demanding it show you the flames before you decide to run. You trust the alarm because it senses a change in the atmosphere before the fire breaks out. But for some reason, when it comes to our own lives, we let people convince us that our alarm system is completely broken just because they are too deaf to hear the siren. You aren't being a hater, and you aren't being insecure. You are simply detecting a hidden motive or a fake energy that everyone else is too distracted to notice. The receipts of your history. We have to stop sacrificing our own protection just to get peer approval from a crowd that plays blind. If you look back honestly at your own history, at every toxic relationship, every messy friendship group, or every environment that drained your mental health for months, you already knew the truth on day one. You didn't have the proof back then, but you had that exact same heavy knot in your stomach. But back then, you were so terrified of looking difficult, antisocial, or like the odd one out that you forced yourself to swallow your instincts. You forced yourself to fake a smile, walk straight into the fire, and let people take advantage of you just so you wouldn't look too deep to your peers. We have this desperate desire to be a good friend and to be seen as easygoing. But you have to ask yourself a hard question. Why are you so quick to protect the feelings of a stranger while you completely ignore the warning signs God put inside your own body to keep you safe? Trusting your radar. How do we actually handle this practically without turning into a cold, cynical person who suspects everyone of being evil? We change our response the moment the alarm goes off. First, stop apologizing for what you sense. The next time you meet someone and that internal wall goes up, do not feel guilty about it. You don't need to start drama. You don't need to talk behind their back, and you don't need to explain yourself to your friends. Just quietly step back, put up your boundaries, and watch how things play out from a safe distance. Second, let time do the heavy lifting. People can fake a vibe, a smile, or a personality for a few weeks, but nobody can fake a clean heart forever. If your gut is telling you that someone is performing, just wait. Let the novelty wear off, and watch how they act when the spotlight isn't on them. Time always exposes what the spirit already knows. Third, own your lane. Stop letting people who have zero spiritual depth tell you how to navigate your life. If someone doesn't have the capacity to see what you see, they will always call your discernment paranoia. Let them think whatever they want. It is better to look a little antisocial and keep your peace than to act nice and end up broken. I want to leave you with one last thing to think about. Your peace is not a public park. It is not an open field where anyone can just walk in, dump their hidden chaos, and walk away while you're left to clean up the mess. God gave you a deep, perceptive heart to help you navigate a generation that loves to play pretend, not so you could break your own radar just to fit in. Stop apologizing for what you see. The knot in your stomach is not a design flaw. It's your security system. I really appreciate you spending this time with me today. If you're a young believer trying to figure out how to handle your depth without losing your mind, tap that subscribe button, because we are figuring this out together, completely unfiltered, every single week. Let me know in the comments if this resonates, or if you're currently trying to untangle anxiety from actual intuition. Let's get a conversation going down there. Protect your space, take care of your heart, and I'll talk to you soon.